I mean...
But that's what the actor looks like.
What, penis included?
Oh, I don't know about his penis. Oh my god, I've just seen the penis. I wasn't even looking at the penis. I was just like, oh cool, he's in a loincloth.
Hello, and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast, where we talk about all manner of geeky things, some of which our knowledge is wide and long, and other things our knowledge might be a little bit...
incomplete, much like this intro. Which is...
Thank you for listening. This is episode number 38, where we talk about the sexiest male of video game characters of all time. In our opinion, I am your co-host, John. I will toss you onto the bed. And over there is my co-host, Nick, who's got a solid snake of his own. If you treat him nicely, he might show it to you if you're lucky. Thank you for...
I'm going to need you to explain those, but let's get this...
I will not explain them right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so there we go. We're just gonna chat shit today and see how it goes, right?
Yeah.
I've got some pictures.
Clearly.
Clearly.
We're chatting shit already.
This is take number 47.
Let's talk about slutty men in video games.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I've basically looked at some lists and I have compiled a few things for you. I just want your reactions.
Because we've done the thirsty men before.
Right, yeah.
Well, thirsty video game characters. Like, half of which I don't think were actual humans. Like, one was some sort of, like, giant dolphin alien thing.
He's on this list as well.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
With no genitalia. Mm-hmm. I feel like I remember the God of War.
Of course you do.
That was definitely a thing.
Whose name is Kratos, or Kratos.
Kratos.
Yeah, Kratos, you onto the bed.
That's it.
That's all you remember. And of course, you do remember Ivor.
Do I?
We did talk about him. He's the one from Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yeah.
Valhalla.
Yeah. Are there more Vikings on this list?
So, not to spoil it too much, but no.
Oh,
I don't know
Viking
why.
adjacent? I'm warrior kind of people?
Many warriors, many soldiers. Most of them are human. Not that is...
Oh, that has never been a deterrent.
No.
Since episode 1, that's clearly not been a prerequisite.
Of course not.
In terms of, like, hottest, like, video game guys, like, what would be, like, the rating for this? Is it quite PG? Are they just like, oh god, he's so hot because he's muscular and saves the day? Or are they like naked, filthy, spread eagles, smashing tits out?
With a few...
Or something in between.
With a few rare exceptions, which I will have to remember to point out because I don't think they're on this list actually. Most of it is just PG, it's just hot men with various amounts of skin showing.
Okay.
Basically.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to read the whole list because some of it I don't really agree
No.
with. I don't know a lot about some of these characters, and I frankly don't agree with how one character could be hot if he's in a spacesuit the whole game. So,
if he's charming, funny, and good-looking facially.
Yeah, but if he's got a helmet,
facially.
No, like think of like the characters from Halo where you don't see their face at all. You don't know that. You don't know.
I don't know this.
This is awful.
So I apologize. I don't know anything. In this, I am the incomplete geek in this regard because
Indeed.
I think the last time I enjoyed, like, really loved a video game was Streets of Rage 3 on my Sega Mega Drive. And that's kind of it.
Which did have a few
Axel
hot guys.
was hot, and like
Axel's hot.
The new version of it is like.
Doesn't Axel have like a metal arm or something like that, or is he? No,
that was one of the other ones. But like the new Streets of Rage,
yeah.
Like, obviously, I still like my pixelated one, but the new one is like,
yeah,
high def Axel hotness. Although I always played as Blaze, obviously,
who's also very hot as well.
Super hot. I don't feel qualified. The reason we're doing men is because I don't think either of us are qualified to or should be rating the hotness of female video game characters.
I mean, enough of that is in the world already.
And I don't agree with a lot of it, and
Yeah.
it's usually not done from a place of respect and that sort of stuff. Plus,
Yeah.
we're gay as fuck,
Yeah.
so we're going to be talking about...
I'm disagreeing, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to be just talking about the dudes this time.
Also to mention as well...
Sorry to our lesbian listeners, if there's any.
If there's any. I think that if we did talk about female characters that we find are hot, we might just say, yes, she's hot. And then leave it that. We won't be able to go into much detail.
To be fair, we go nuts over like female characters when we do Smash or
You know
Pass.
what? That is true, but that's because of their attitude and their like take no shit kind of mentality.
How the
when it comes to
portrayed.
men, we're just like muscles,
and dick and
yeah.
So that's what you're in for the next
For it.
however long we can keep this going.
Till you run out of beer, basically.
Oh god, I'm almost done.
Do you oops? Do you want to talk about the exceptions that are not on this list first, or should we go through the list first? And
I
see
mean,
how
if this
far
is
we
your
go?
list, you can also like just talk about whoever you want to. They can't see the list.
That's
They're not
true.
they're not proofing like the fact that you
Wow.
followed all 20
That's very
20
clever.
characters from this listicle. You can choose whichever ones you want.
Let's jump right in.
Is there like an order or process you want to do this in, like from like old school or
No,
close?
it's gonna be a
because we're gonna
smattering.
fuck it up. If we try and keep it in order, we're gonna make a mess
No,
of this.
I think
Let's
the
just-
fact that I'm going to follow roughly this list on here that's already existing, that will help us just sort of go through it.
Let's just throw one at let's do it. Pick.
And these are like sexy characters, not just like thirsty characters as well, because I think that we're going to be very clear
hot.
that
We want hot,
Yeah.
sexy, thirst-inducing characters. However,
which we only sort of touched the tip of in the last episode.
oh,
Ooh, did you see what I did there?
just the tip.
Just the tip.
Oh, I love that.
It's like a spiritual sequel to that episode then.
Do you want to do a geekery of the weekery?
Yeah.
Just a brief mention, as we're talking about video games, we should do a quick...
Oh, of course, yes.
We're talking video games, let's do a quick geekery of the weekery.
If we can...
Previously on X-Men.
Geekery of the Weekery.
And there we
I
go.
like how we pause to let the
Let the music
play, but we don't have to pause for
No,
however long the
but
music
you
is.
need to stop talking so whoever's editing can put it in. Anyway, yes. So,
And it will segue nicely into the list as well.
fantastic. Let's talk about it.
So, as we record, the video game Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is the sequel to Breath of the Wild, has come out today. And I played like literally about half an hour after I finished work and then rushed over here, and it's gorgeous. Like it's like cards on the table, I haven't actually played Breath of the Wild, but it just looks amazing, and I have very limited gameplay, but it's out now and I'm excited and I'm going to play it. And
Have you played any of the Zeldas?
oh yeah. Like look, I've played almost every other Zelda, including like a lot of the Game Boy ones, up until Skyward Sword, which you know what that is anyway. Never mind.
Oh, Skyward Sword. Yeah.
I think that was like the first one I haven't played a lick of. Even like the Four Swords kind of Game Boy one, we could connect them and play as 4 different versions of Link all on the same screen. So much fun. But yeah, and then I just grew up and got a job and had to stop playing video games.
Awful.
I know. It's terrible.
The important question is, are there any hot characters in Zelda?
Yeah, we talked about one of them. Here's one. Look at your screen now.
Woohoo! Oh, this is where the dolphin guy's from.
This is the dolphin guy. He's from Breath of the Wild. So for those of you listening,
he looks hot in this picture.
we're talking about Prince
On my
Sidon,
second
who's we did mention him in the last episode, but my knowledge was limited. So
Prince Sidon games. Yeah.
so let me
if you haven't, for the non-video game players, this guy looks like is that armor he's wearing, or is that just like a fin on his head?
That's a good question.
He just looks like a hammerhead shark man.
Yeah. So I will say that in the Zelda universe, the Zoras are the ones that are like the fish-like people, the ones who live in the water. It says here, Prince Sidon is the prince of the Zoras, and he's so upbeat and positive about Link that fans all over the world instantly fell for him, shipping him and the main character, Link, with multiple pieces of fan art. So we look at some of the fan art.
Yay!
Who
So
knew?
he's upbeat and like Yeah, you can do it.
Yes, he very much is.
Oh, I love that.
And that's what I hear. But
because he's in the last one, you haven't played the last one.
yeah, I know. Here's some Prince Sidon fan art.
Okay. But again, is that armor? Because he doesn't have any genitalia.
Yeah, we did talk about this before. Like, is that part of his skin?
I mean, if he's a fish-based person, it looks like it's like a hammerhead shark kind of head thing rather than armor. I'm sure that's just part of it. He looked quite forlorn in that picture.
Yeah, I can't tell because obviously you got his little pauldrons, which are definitely armor, but then it's the same color as his skin, so I don't know what's going on there. But
I mean, it could just be a headpiece or something.
yeah. But the thing is, we want him and Link to hook up because he's so positive and upbeat, etc.
I love that. Now, as a non-video game player, is Link like who's Zelda, the princess or something that he's trying to save? Very Mario style.
Very much, yeah. So
Okay.
Link is the one in the green with the sword.
Yeah.
Princess Zelda, who is the usually the one who has to be saved, but they have really
How many times?
She's got her own sort of combat prowess as well.
That's fun.
In later games. She disguises herself as a boy in one of the more popular games.
So, is he kind of like the gay best friend who's always trying to save things, or is he the romantic interest? Link.
To
Zelda.
To Zelda. He's... Well, the thing is...
Or is he sexless?
All the other characters have voices, and he never has, like...
Oh!
Like, speech. He has, like, grunts and, like, oh, and ah! Huh! You know, kind of
Because
sounds.
you play as him.
Exactly.
So you need the other people to talk to, and you just...
Exactly.
Okay.
And you just sort of select if you say yes or no, or let's go, or not yet, or whatever. And so, as a character, he didn't say much, it seems like. So, he's just your typical hero.
I mean, he doesn't seem smash and grab kind of guy.
He's a wholesome guy. And the thing is, in Tears of the Kingdom, which one are you looking at? This one? Yeah.
Wow. See, now in this one, this guy Sidon has put on a Speedo, even though in all the others he's not wearing it, and we can see there's no penis in there. But somehow this makes it hotter.
Because he's got like a little Speedo
He's
type
put
thing.
something over the top of something that doesn't exist, but we can pretend it does.
Exactly. And it's like, when you dress animals, like you feel like you don't need to because it's kind of weird. Like when you dress a monkey, you put like a diaper on a monkey. I suppose they do poop, and they have genitalia.
They do. Animals have genitalia as well.
Really?
But we shouldn't be looking at them. Okay.
But then is he an animal? Is he he's just a really solid, fun guy. We'll see if he shows up in Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, I love the idea that he's just a nice, upbeat guy. And if Link keeps doing all these fucking adventures to try and save this girl who keeps getting lost, I think he needs someone in his corner.
Absolutely.
I think he needs a boyfriend who's going to be like supportive and sexy.
I mean,
Despite his lack of penis, but he could be a side. So you know what? You don't need a penis to have good sex, I guess.
He could be a side.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
top, bottom, side.
Oh.
So non-penetrative sexual encounters. They could do all the other stuff. He's got tentacles galore elsewhere. Mm-hmm. He has appendages that are not in his crotch.
Fins.
That could be useful. Does Link have genitalia? Is that...
I mean, he's a video game character, so I'm going to guess not really. Although...
All of these people, all of the people we're talking about now are video game characters. And they have video game genitalia. But
nowadays...
Is he a human? Is Link
enough.
a human?
Link is a Hylian, which means he comes from the land of Hyrule. He's more elfish than human, I suppose.
Elves have penises.
They sure do.
I really hope they do.
Why did I say that? Like
They sure do.
Like I'm an expert. Like,
woo! Check out that.
let me
elf
tell you.
dick.
Anyway, we spent half an hour on.
We've talked too
Sidon.
long about Sidon because again, no one can see this.
So-
that was our Geekery of the Weekery. Zelda's out.
Oh yeah, that was a good with me. Let's get back to the show.
Zelda's out. It's exciting. Let us know what you think of it. And
It's very much a
if you
continuation of the first one as well.
And if there's any gay encounters you have during any of the Zeldas, we'd love to hear about it. But
Yeah,
let's
please
get back to the list of the hottest male video game characters in John's opinion
my opinion.
that I will need to be convinced of.
Sure.
Do whatever you want. Him I know.
Next on my list
Him I know.
is
Is that his name?
Jake Gyllenhaal from
Yeah.
Prince of Persia.
The Prince of Persia. Okay, so as
Yeah.
you said, I stopped kind of playing video games with the Sega Mega Drive. So, of course, before that,
Yeah.
I don't even know. It was on my PC, and I'm using air quotes because
What, this one?
Prince of Persia
Yeah.
originally was on my PC, and I'm talking a 4-color. I think it was a Hyundai. Yes, they made computers in 1990 or whatever
Okay.
it came out. A 4-color pixel thing where you used to have to like run and jump and press the like lever on the floor and not fall into the pit of spikes. kind
Like
of.
before they had controllers
Oh yeah, it was just like back, forward, up, down, space bar.
and
kind
2
of thing.
buttons. Yeah.
So I know of Prince of Persia, and even then he was like running around with like these were 4 colors pixelated, and I'm pretty confident he was in a sleeveless top, so I was into it.
I think he was, because I think he was. I don't remember. I think.
Yay!
Wait. Let me look. Okay, let me read what the notes that I have.
Try and bring up a picture of like original Prince of Persia in like pixelated form, so we can look at it.
Okay.
Now
it kind of was made on the back of the success of Aladdin, the Disney film, and Aladdin was always had that sort of open, sleeveless, vesty thing. No nipples, obviously.
No nipples, giant
Oh, speaking of
diaper trousers, but
one thing, yeah, diaper trousers.
Prince Ali.
I forgot to mention when we're talking about Zelda as well. No nipples in that either.
Huh.
Because
it feels it could feel quite aggressive to put male nipples on like cartoons and things like that.
apparently it's because it's a Nintendo game, and in Japan culturally
You got
no
nothing.
nipples.
Oh my god.
That's
in
why.
Japan apparently they pixelate porn.
So
So there's
always or just like
Yeah,
in
there's
public?
there's like actual porn, but it's
Okay.
always pixelated. This is what I've heard from other podcasts. I have not delved into Japanese porn, so that makes kind of sense.
Oh, no, you're right, because a friend of mine brought back some Bara, like a tiny magazine kind of thing, and it was like all the penises were just sort of like just out of frame. It was like a comic, and all the penises were like, it was quite obvious what they were doing, but it was not
There he
explicit.
is. Although I swear, like there's a
one?
pixelated one, and he kind of looks like Donald Trump
With the hair, yeah.
in that kind of one. But in the other one, the other kind of pixel one, he looked, I don't know,
Which one?
because he used to like the far left. That was my PC game.
Which one is he? Is he the one in the turban
No,
or the one with the fire there?
It would be I don't remember either of them, because the way he moved, like again, it was you couldn't see his face, but you could see like he had his arms out, no features, block colors, but the way he moved, like you get him to run, double forward run, and the way he would like jump over the gaps blew your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Again, you are
Like very agile.
you are 2 years younger than me, so don't act like you're a Gen Z.
I never played it.
So it felt very kind of athletic
Yeah.
and something you could do, like, again, like, oh my god, 4 colors was the sound effect when he fell down and died or whatever, or got stabbed.
For our younger listeners as well, keep in mind that in the early 90s, or apparently this came out in 1989. So maybe
Yeah, 89, that makes more sense.
Was it before Aladdin?
Little Mermaid was 89.
And Aladdin was after that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this was before Aladdin. So okay.
So maybe
We didn't
Aladdin
have,
was inspired
We
by
didn't
this.
have much graphics back in the day.
There were no graphics.
So
No, like
This
I
was
keep saying 4 colors. There were 4 colors on your screen, so people would be like
there
purple
were,
or blue.
There were 4 colors on a Game Boy. 4 different shades of the same tone.
Shades of grey, yeah.
The original one. Exactly.
But I'm assuming it's come a long way since then, and I will always think of Jake Gyllenhaal, the white actor
Yeah.
playing the Arabic character with an English woman as the Arabic
Yeah.
princess.
Who everyone was kind of okay with at the time, I suppose.
But at the end of the day, it's Jake Gyllenhaal, and he had his arms out, and I was like, you know what? I'll take it where I can get it.
It's easy when you get paid for working out. So here we go. Here we're moving through time and like the graphics.
That's more of like a...
That's more like a GoldenEye kind of
Boxy.
thing. Remember GoldenEye when they had like the blocks the fists.
Vaguely, I remember people going nuts over it.
If you play it recently, it's not as good.
Shocking!
Don't ever play it.
30 years later, it doesn't quite hold up.
None of these have actually.
It went a bit cartoony in
That's
this
too
one.
cartoony. Here's the Wii
The
version.
Forgotten Sands. That looks hot. He's cutting someone's guts out. That's fine. And
Fun.
sleeveless, again. That's what we
Sleeveless,
want.
just like the leatherish kind of vest top. The two thrones. It's very agile again, I guess.
Again, he's got his arms out, so I approve of this message. Having grown up in the Middle East, obviously not Persia, it's hot, so you should have your arms out.
Yeah.
Everybody should.
Here we go.
There he is! Yeah!
That's your
See, like
original
the
one.
way he's... Sorry, this is the 1989 pixelated version. The way he's just, like, leaping over those spikes that I absolutely would have fallen to my death on.
Yeah.
And then he won't get the whole way. He won't make it.
He'll grab the
But
side.
grab the side and then hoist himself up. Athleticism. Woo!
We were always a fan of athleticism.
Oh,
weren't we?
I didn't have any, but I was impressed by those who did.
You can hoist with the best of them.
Hoisty.
But there you go. You can save that as your background now. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm enjoying all of this.
Thank
So,
you,
Prince of Persia,
Prince of Persia.
he's hot, and in the full listicle, he's topless. So,
In the full listicle.
yeah, well, in the listicle that we're going from,
Oh, right.
if we go back to that.
Yes, he was that one, yeah.
Yay! Well,
Okay, Prince
I
of Persia.
know of that one, so I was excited to contribute to that, but I feel like that's got to be my last one that I know of.
You never know. Let's move on. My next on my list
It's like Norman Reedus.
is Red Dead Redemption. Everyone goes on about John Marston from Red Dead Redemption. Now, I never played this game, but he's worth mentioning because everyone he's on this list as well. I got multiple lists.
He looks like Norman Reedus
Yeah.
from Walking Dead.
So Red Dead Redemption is like set in the frontier U.S. kind of.
Wicked Wild Wild West.
Should we look at some fan art?
Oh, that one.
Oh, what's this one? I added to this one as well.
Oh,
What do we know about John Marston? Not much.
that one's so fucking hot.
Well, obviously it's fan art. So
Why are cowboys hot?
because they're rugged and again, it's like the attitude, they don't take no shit kind of thing. So I think this is gameplay. People like that sort of rugged face, the scruffiness, you know. Now, I don't know much about his character, and I don't know how much of this is just sort of shipping with other characters, but it's just the cowboy thing. Everyone goes on about this photo here with him holding the little rifle over his shoulder with his mullet and a hat. I don't know. I don't see it in that one, but
I mean, Norman Reedus is hot, so I understand why people like that. But it just looks like The Walking Dead. Whereas this guy you're showing me is blonde. That's a different one.
those are different ones, I think.
So
So, dear listener, tell us, what is it about
that one,
John Marston?
It's quite hot.
That
It's just a good cowboy pick with it's the beard, really. It's just the beard is the push-up bra for the men.
like a little
Like-
scar across his nose. Push up bra for the men.
Yeah, it's like, oh, here's your face, put a beard on it. Why is Firestar in this Google image search?
Because, I don't know, because it's your laptop.
No, but you searched for this, John Marston's sexy fan art, and it is a screen from the Firestar miniseries, which is great. We are absolutely going to do a Firestar episode. If you are interested, please let us know, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh, yeah,
because we
it's
need to do a
nice.
Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends episode as well.
Yeah, you need to do that. Even if I spell it correctly, who's this? Anyway.
That's Laura Kinney. That's X23.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Why is this spilling over? Okay, maybe it's just generic fan art.
Generic fan art, yeah. Anyway, that's John Marston.
Okay, hot.
So, good.
Cowboys, I don't like them, but inevitably they have hot men play them, so
Always, yeah.
cool.
So we're going to talk about this one guy from this fighting game because he's the only one that I sort of...
Tekken. I've heard of Tekken.
Yeah.
But I
People
don't know what
love
it is.
Tekken.
Is it like a Street Fighter face each other, punch death?
Yes.
Okay. He just looks like he's wearing like a shirt and a trench coat.
Yeah,
That
so-
does not look like it's appropriate fighting wear.
We're looking
Not
up-
gonna have the range of motion.
We're talking about Jin Kazama,
So, yes.
for you listeners. He is very thirsty on a lot of lists that I look at. So let's look up some fan art.
Have you played Tekken?
Never. I just don't... I literally typed Jim. I just I'm not a big fan of the two-person fighty.
Face each other and fight. Like, I didn't like any of them. Like, even the Sexy Shirtless Jin Kazama by... Yeah, let's DVR. Let's go on to DVR. Oh.
Yeah, so...
Oh, I've seen...
What have you seen?
I recognize his face.
I'm sure I noticed that face from
I've
something.
I've seen that face before. That's not really that sexy. He's just in super short shorts. Is it in a pool?
That pictures, yeah.
Do the images.
I mean, this is all
fan
art. This is all DeviantArt kind of stuff.
We should describe. So what's your favorite one? What's a good version of Jin here? It would help if I knew anything about him. Like, he just looks like he was wearing formal wear to fight.
Yeah,
so is that part of his
picture.
character?
I don't know.
Because in this, he's obviously topless. Is that in keeping with his character? Was he like, I've just got back from the office, oh no, I'm going to fight, and then rips his shirt off? Or is this just fan art?
I'm going to say yes. That's what he does.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to pretend it's that way.
Here's his fighting stance with his little red gloves, his little red Iron Man glove, and...
Okay. Well, if he does fight with his top off, again, I'm here for that.
You can't really have a fighting game in a person who takes their top off and not be, like, fit like this.
Can you imagine if they were just, like, average?
Could you imagine if it was, like, me?
Just a little bit paunchy around the mid, but, like, they're fine.
Yeah.
Just some average person, not someone with, like, 72 abs and, like...
It's gotta be hot, but it's also gotta be realistic, you know what I mean?
I don't think that's a requirement for video games. Because
if I'm gonna perv on them, yeah.
Their physiques are not realistic.
No. Yeah, you're right. Maybe that's my own sort of beauty myth.
Yeah. Okay, well,
So,
he's hot,
Tekken.
but we don't know anything about him.
Jin Kazama. Let's move on.
This.
Should we skip it?
No. I want to talk about this guy.
I want to talk about this guy as well.
I want to stop at this one. This is, what's his name? Christopher.
Chris Redfield from Resident Evil. So he was in, I think he was in Dead by Daylight as well. But I don't know where that falls in the chronology. Anyway, he's in Resident Evil 7, which is the second to most recent one. Anyway, it's called Village.
Who the fuck draws these men? Who the hell
Somebody who
creates this man? I was going to ask you, but you don't know.
So this
Was
game...
he designed, or is this a motion capture actor who... Because if it's the latter...
Let's find out.
Whom is he? And what is his Instagram? Because...
I don't think he... I mean,
Chris... Because he's in the video game look, he's just wearing, like, clothes. So I'm not being completely perverted. He's wearing a harness.
He's wearing a bit of like a... Okay, so he's...
Over like a t-shirt. Is he a cop?
He's like a... Resident Evil is about zombies.
Okay.
So it's like a zombie video game. This game came out... he was introduced in 1996. He's in the...
That can't be from 1996. The art's...
No, I think this is when the character when it was introduced.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. And
so if he was mocap, they would have redrawn his face anyway.
This man is... Oh.
So yes.
What's he doing here?
Is that supposed to be? Yeah. So this is fan out of Chris Redfield. He's got reddish kind of hair.
We like a George.
So Resident Evil is a zombie game, and I've not therefore played it. I'm so terrible at it.
No, that's fine. We're gonna talk about the ones you know. I just wanted to stop with this guy. Show me some more pictures of him.
Yes,
topless.
sir. More topless Chris Redfield, please. So he's very attractive.
Like, that's
him?
worryingly...
That's the same artist, I think, as the other guy.
So, yeah, because that's too...
Look at that. It's like a line down his center. Something about his just very sort of symmetrical face. That's
None of these people look this... Holy shit.
So this is him looking a bit older, I guess? Oh, man, it shows to show you guys. Just start working out.
And be
And be...
three-dimensional animated... non-human person.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, what I know about Chris Redfield is
that looks like there's a weird symbol pinching his nipple. Yeah, it looks like the Resident Evil symbol or whatever is pinching
it's
his
the number
nipple.
6, because it was from Resident Evil 6.
Oh, pinching his nipple.
Can I actually sort of... No, I can't. Yeah, it does look like it's pinching his nipple. Is that him too? There we go. He's got kind of like Chris Evans vibes in that one.
Gerard Butler?
He's like a cross between Chris Evans and Gerard Butler, yeah.
It actually says Chris. Why does it say Chris?
Because his name was Chris Redfield.
I've not been paying attention.
He's looking at the boobs.
I'm just looking at the tits.
I mean, that's...
I don't like... This is a bit... It doesn't look anything like him. Like, he looks hot in his video game.
In his normal video game.
Yeah.
I tell you what, let's try something. Let's try Chris Redfield.
Just...
Sexiest scene.
That's not real.
No, this is all... This is not real. No, this is porn.
Okay, the Santa hat with the giant dick's a bit much.
He's got like a little holly cock ring as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so like this, I suppose that's probably a good thing, that if you like lust over video game characters, there is sure to be a shit ton of fan art porn available if you want to take it to the next level.
And we appreciate all of it. Keep doing your thing, fellas.
Yeah, push the boundary. Yeah, but that's...
So I think these are all as the graphics got better.
He just looks like a Chris.
He looks like a Chris.
He looks like an amalgamation of all Hollywood Chris's, which I suppose... Like, look at that. That's...
Chris with a gun.
That's early Evans Chris. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep, so now you know who he is.
Oh my God.
That's probably the original one that he was in. I forget when it was.
Yeah.
96, whatever it was.
There is not a lot of consistency with how they design this character.
No, I guess not. They must have... That's a
Action
cosplay.
man.
It must have... See, that's unnatural. Look at the arm. That is an arm that's way too big. If he's fighting zombies, how does he have time to work out those biceps?
He's fighting zombies. He's pulling himself up buildings and like lugging stuff and pulling people out of the way from harm's way.
Danger harm's way?
Danger harm's way. It's working the... Yay! He's standing in front of a gay flag.
We appreciate that as well.
Saying love is love.
So that's Chris Redfield from the Resident Evil franchise, which we had to stop and talk about.
I'm into it. Okay, let's go to one that you played as. I know him.
You do know this one because you've seen the TV show.
I unfortunately have.
Unfortunately, I thought it was right.
Oh, no.
Did you not like it?
I watched the whole first season begrudgingly.
So
just for more bathtub scenes.
Yeah, of course. This is Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher series. The most popular one, of course, is the recent one, The Witcher 3. The little notes here say that The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, is one of the most celebrated fantasy RPG games of our generation. The protagonist is strong and sexy, and he has a really hot bathtub scene that is reflected into the TV show. And his main profession is killing monsters. Thoughts? I mean, I could just pull up Geralt.
No, we can't go on to Henry.
No.
We'll be here all day.
No. And the
Is
thing
there a video game bathtub version?
I believe so. Let me see if I can find it. So here's Geralt in a bathtub in the actual sort of...
That's quite blocky. I'm just staring at the Henry Cavill cat. Just next to it. He played the shit out of that scene.
What, this one here? That's not real. That's like a...
No.
This one.
This one!
I thought they said blocky.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so that was obviously intentional. We must have this bathtub scene and...
And it worked. I watched the entire fucking season. Mm-hmm. Just in case there were more moments like that. Because he was quite naked in that. It's fine. But,
very much, yeah.
But like... it's a tough act to follow. Because I'm assuming like he's hot. But then there's Henry Cavill. So it's a shame. Because I imagine he would have been one of the hottest people on here. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he was then played by...
one of the hottest
men alive makes him seem kind of like meh. And he's not.
He's I mean,
but Henry's hotter.
He's got white hair because of his powers.
Sure.
And so it's not like he's not like old.
Is he
I don't know. He just the Witchers get taken at a young age and they get trained, and because of the potions that they brew or whatever, they have to train to whatever. Their hair turns white.
So these are just Henry.
That's Henry. That's not Henry. So that's a shot from a video game.
Oh.
We're wearing leather gloves. He's got his arms folded. He's got like this little necklace.
He's got kind of like a working peasant vibe as well. He's just like got like a piece of rope wrapped around some material.
Well, he's not.
Trousers.
Just a bit of rope. He's not a rich person.
Yeah.
So that we have Geralt. He's definitely on the list. Yeah. Moving on.
There's little asexual Link.
Should we talk about Link?
I mean, we can talk more about Link.
Is Link sexy?
Are you Googling, is Link sexy?
Yes. Legend of Zelda Link sexy fan art.
Oh god. This is dangerous. Sexy cute Link!
So you never played any sort of...
Oh, he's smooth.
He's quite often... Yeah, he's like... Okay, so if you're into...
Link is the twinkiest of twinks.
If you're into like blonde twinks with pointy ears, Link is your man. Is your boy.
Are all elves twinks?
I think all elves can't grow facial hair.
No.
I think that's sort of like a general agreement amongst all fantasy.
That's fair.
That's. But the fact is, like, people can take this sort of imagery and make their own sort of fan art, obviously.
He doesn't seem at all sexual. Nothing. I mean, there he doesn't have a penis. They've smoothed him down even in the fan art. He just seems very, very much this, like, wholesome boy romping around.
Here's a link that says the new artwork in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Tears of the Kingdom is a dangerous thirst trap.
What, that one with this one?
I guess it's that one, yeah. In the very beginning of the game, you're with Princess Zelda, and you go down into this dungeon, and you get attacked by this, who I'm assuming is the big bad, and he sort of drains all your health or whatever. And then as like Princess Zelda sort of vanishes in a puff of light or whatever, and then you wake up in a cave, and some weird voices telling you, "I rescued you," blah blah blah, and you're wearing nothing except this sort of like these tan shorts, and so that's how I know that you're walking around with your top off, and this thing that saves you had to like reconstruct your arm in a way. Oh. And so that's why he has got that sort of black kind of arm that makes it look like tattoos across his arm, across his shoulder. Very hot touch, I must say. But that is Zelda, and you don't see Mario on these lists.
No, you don't. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Link, not sexy.
Pass.
Not pass.
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 Why do you not make this like a big smash or pass?
That was the idea, but
where it came from.
But basically, everyone so far, I've just been like smashing my nuts off. So
there we go.
Link is the first pass.
So,
hello.
Here we have Kratos. I'm not even sure how you are supposed to say it, but basically, Kratos is the protagonist from most of the God of War series. The most recent game, God of War. He is the main protagonist. He's got a son called Atreus. Before I jump ahead of myself, that's like people are shipping him. Kratos could be bisexual because he's based on a Greek character, and Greeks are very fluid.
Famously fluid.
He's got a son. That doesn't mean he can't be gay, you know.
Who are they shipping him with, though? You've got to ship someone with someone.
You're right. Well, it's not really
you just lust or thirst.
It's just theorizing, I suppose.
You thirst over him.
Yeah. But because he is the God of War, throughout the game, he's topless. And so you have...
For the entirety? He's always topless?
Well, this is like a promo shot from the game here, and he's wearing like, you know, your little Greek skirt. Oh, this is actually the same...
My gay mag.
So this is the... Yeah, he's like... Got this sort of shoulder pauldron over one shoulder with 3 layers on it. Obviously, I don't know what.
But arms and abs are out.
Arms and abs are out. His other shoulder apparently is invincible. You
don't need it. Yeah.
Don't need it. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was like so you could like put your axe or whatever on that shoulder.
Yeah.
And maybe rest it on there, maybe.
Or maybe because he does get one weapon that is like it freezes anything that it hits instantly. So maybe he better sort of protect his shoulder. Doesn't want to put that on his skin.
I feel like you're overthinking on that. It's like deep heat or something.
We've talked about Kratos before. We know he's hot.
Yeah, we have.
I want to talk about his son.
Okay, yeah.
His son Atreus, who is a kid in the God of War game, and then there was a sequel to that game called God of War Ragnarok, where he's still a bit older, but it kind of came out at the same time as Valhalla. People have drawn what Atreus might look like when he's older, and I'm going to show you this series of photos. Like, Atreus could be the protagonist in any future God of War films, and they can make him gay.
Yeah.
He's very much.
Looks like his dad, but with
This
hair.
is the Viking bit, yeah. So
I'm clearly into Vikings. Apparently,
you are into Vikings. Spoiler alert:
He does.
if you haven't played the game, no, he turns out to be actually a reincarnation of Loki, the trickster god. But he was being raised by Atreus. So because he's the son of Freya, Freya's his mother.
They're getting their mythologies mixed up.
Yes, they're definitely.
Is that fine?
Manipulating it.
Is that part of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But he's still the boy, and this is all just sort of theoretical.
This is
fantasy.
so we don't have this. This is just what people are making up.
This is speculation. So he's got like he's basically got the,
I love this kind of stuff where it's like
and it's done well.
it's not the messy kind of stuff, but I love the forearm straps. I love the clasps and the buckles and the shit.
Buckles, yeah.
But
it's all leather, by the way.
abs, arms, and left tit out. So it's not like egregiously sexual, but it's
Yeah.
like sexual.
It's like obviously
Yeah.
tattoos as well,
Yeah.
which are very big and
Yeah.
and also when we talked about Ivor, because you can stylize him. He's one from
Yeah.
Valhalla, Assassin's Creed. Like, he's not overly muscular either. He's just built well. He's defined. He's like lean enough where he can still sort of like move around like that dexterity that you talked about before. So yeah, so that's the son.
Oh,
This is
that'll be
all
interesting.
fan art.
Is that the son what he looks like now? Like a little
Yes,
little baby ginger boy.
and he like has his own sort of.
But they did that in the Viking show, didn't they? Like in the first season, he was this little kid, and then season 2, he came back as this 6'2" blonde stallion.
Who?
In Vikings?
I didn't watch it.
It's fine. It's not.
It's got
amazing.
hot Vikings in it. That's fine.
It does, and every time I think maybe I'll love it. Like the new show of Vikings, they keep showing me on Netflix. Like you like hot guys with braids. It's like I do, and I watch 5 minutes of it. and I'm like, this is awful. But yeah,
You still want story when it comes to.
I just want them to show me the pictures. It's fine.
Next on the list is a character from the Metal Gear Solid series. This is a version of a character called Snake, also called Solid Snake because he's from Metal Gear Solid.
Is that my intro?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
your intro.
Okay.
You got a Solid Snake.
We'll see. Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid, also very fun. The only time I've ever played as Snake was in Smash Brothers, because he's.
What's Metal Gear Solid? Like a racing, fighting adventure.
It's like a. Do you remember Contra? No. It's basically like.
So it's not a fighting game. It's not a racing game. It's more like a adventure. Solve this. Go save this.
It's
fight
an
this,
adventure.
blow this up.
It's like
GoldenEye.
Like GoldenEye.
Fine.
Okay, you've played GoldenEye. It's like GoldenEye.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I actually have, but okay.
You go into buildings and hide from the bad guys, and you can shoot them.
It's 3D kind of.
3D, yeah.
Great. Fine. That's all I needed.
So yeah,
That's fine. Okay. And he's a thirsty one. Like people love this guy.
people love this guy. I mean, he's sort of because he's been around for a lot of the Metal Gear Solid games. He's just in people's minds, I suppose. There's even a game called Solid Snake.
What's the fan art look like for this guy? Like,
So-
what are people wanting him to? Oh,
So he's got kind of a
who's that? No, the real life one.
he's got like that soldier vibe kind of thing.
What is that? Make that bigger. Click on that. Oh, Metal Gear sexy. Hell yeah. That's clever. So they put him kind of like army gear, but topless with like a harness and straps and guns and stuff.
Yeah.
Because he has a harness, but just
This is an old iteration as well. When he's that's very buttsy.
yeah, it's quite Nightwing, but butt patrol.
I
mean, he's not as exciting as the other guys we've talked about. Sorry to this man. You're fine. I wouldn't say you're fine.
Fair enough.
There, he looks very like Nick Fury, white guy, rogue kind of thing. Because Nick Fury used to be white.
Yeah.
He used to be David Hasselhoff.
Yeah. That sort of gruff, leather
Army
beard.
Commando, eye
Commando,
patch, cigar smoking, Vietnam going, headband wearing guy.
People love him.
Okay, I get it. Not for me. Not for me, babe.
Fine. So, a brief mention of Ezio from the early Assassin's Creed games. He was in a number of them because the first 2 or 3 were like set in ancient Rome.
Right.
And so Ezio was been in a lot of games, and people cosplay about him all the time. They got that little Assassin's Creed hood.
Is that the Michael Fassbender?
Yes, that is the.
Which I didn't watch because I assumed it was absolute horseshit. Because most video game films are.
Most of them are, yeah. And
awful.
There's I want to I can pick it apart, but it's got a lot of flaws in it.
Yeah. Okay.
So Ezio fan art. And obviously...
He's got, like, the cloak and the hood kind of thing.
The kind of, like, stealthy, roguish...
Which is super hot. That's, like, I'm super into it. But he looks quite cleric. He looks very,
Cleric-y? He works...
No. What's the Marvel one with Oscar Isaac?
Moon Knight?
Moon Knight. He looks very Moon Knight-y. Although there he just looks like...
Well, he's meant to, like, be in the shadows.
Kind of thing.
Let's see if there's any sort of sexy ones. Hello. Well, I mean, you can make anything sexy, I suppose.
I mean, you just open their shirt and they have an 8-pack.
I don't understand, because obviously in other Assassin's Creed ones, like Valhalla, you can sort of really sort of personalize the character to like facial hair color, even down to the gender as well in later games. But just a brief mention of him. This is a character from Dragon Age Inquisition called Cullen Rutherford. Dragon Age Inquisition is the third Dragon Age game. You can flirt with whoever you want to. You can have sexual encounters. So it's very much an RPG sort of 3D fighting thing, but you control a group of people.
Sounds quite D&D.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, you can play it as, like, let them all do whatever they want to. You can tell them, like, generally, you be on defense, you be on attack, whatever. Or you can...
It's like Paul Walker.
Yeah, it's got a bit Paul Walker.
Game of Thrones-y, very...
Yeah, Dragon Age is a very fantasy kind of thing.
Lannister, Jaime Lannister vibes there. Oh, bad rendered hair.
That's just older.
It looks like his brains out.
And each Dragon Age game kind of follows off the next one. Or the previous one.
Let's get the fan art up.
Oh, sorry. I thought I did.
This is just regular face. Let's see what the fans are.
Here we go.
Doing. Oh.
Yeah,
that's nice. Yeah, very fantasy, very Game of Thronesy. Like if this was a Game of Thrones show, I would have.
But I'm sure you could do whatever you want with him. In bed. Look at that come hither stare. Anyway, we don't want to go because we're going to talk about this. We're just looking at photos now.
Oh, where's the one where it looks like he's on top of someone? It was in one of the under that.
He's underneath someone, and that is a female arm.
He's on top of Kelly.
Underneath.
No, he's on top. That's the bed frame. Look, there's a fucking chandelier above him. He's on top of her.
Oh, okay.
He's atop. There we go.
If you say so. It's a video game. You can do whatever you want with him.
Could be verse.
The
Okay.
last one is Jacob Taylor.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Jacob Taylor from Mass Effect 2, which came out in 2010. Here we have Jacob Taylor from Mass Effect 2, whose idea was it, grammar error, to have a shirtless scene, whoever it was, female players from all over playing with big grins on their faces. Jacob is fine.
And a lot of gays as well.
Yeah.
Let's see him full screen. Yeah.
So Mass Effect was also another one where you could...
Oh. That's Taylor Lautner.
Why did I get Taylor Lautner?
Oh, because Jacob Team Jacob, that's too powerful. Jacob fan art.
Oh no!
Because Jacob and his name is Taylor. Because his character's name's Jacob and his name is Taylor.
Team Jacob!
Mass Effect. You're going to have to put the Mass Effect
I'm going
in
to put
there.
these in quotes. Mass Effect was one of the first games that people talked about where you could make choices based like.
This is still Taylor Lautner.
Oh, fuck off!
You're going to have to. There he is. Look, 29.
29.
This one? That sucks. I hate that.
Well, the fact that it's like a link.
Small. I want the giant thing. His pecs look enormous.
But I don't think that there's much actual video game footage of him being topless. Just one topless scene. So we have comparisons plus fan art. So, yeah. I think that's a rendition of the...
Yeah, well, that's the clip that we kind of saw before.
Mass Effect is an outer space shooting game.
Okay. There he is. Looks a little bit like a Wayans brother. A young Wayans brother with Will Smith pecs.
I was going to say, it's got like Michael B. Jordan vibes.
Yeah, well, for sure. Are we just listing all the black
That's
people
the
we
same
know?
Of the hot black people with big
All the hot
muscles.
black people that are celebrities. Looks like Kanye West there, though. So that
one it does,
that
yeah.
trend.
He's also a black celebrity, yes.
He is, but he's not a hot one.
Correct.
Sorry to this man.
So that is the scene.
Woo! That's a link from the Gay Gamer website.
The Gay Gamer website.
Which, you know what? Respect. That's what we're here for. We're here for the same thing. Let's see what they've said. Oh, I bet this is just like sexy gamers.
Sexy
game
games
characters. Jacob Taylor. Yeah, I feel like he's underused because that's just
Jacob Taylor
doesn't seem to be a lot of lust over him, whereas he looks fucking phenomenal.
There should be more.
Yeah.
Right. 2 last ones I want to talk about.
Okay.
So there was a game out. You may have seen this, but there was a game out, a Star Wars game called
The recent one
with
the ginger guy from.
the ginger guy who's completely like obviously drawn. He's illustrated, but there's a scene
Where
where
he
he has
did
to
all
like
the mocap
meditate.
and he looks.
Is it the same? I don't know how close
He's the guy from Shameless, right? He's in all the ads with
We're so good at that.
Mark Hamill. Sorry, that
Is
I know,
he?
Yeah, I just see what I see on YouTube ads. So where he's doing like the mocap, and then you see the game stuff,
The thing is, like nowadays,
and it just looks exactly like him.
well, I mean, Norman Reedus, the guy who plays him, he did that game where he was like
Yeah,
transporting a baby on his back or whatever, and it's like literally his face on the video game. I suppose if they pay you enough, they just said, "Well, we're going to use your face for this game."
carry on because I've seen TikToks of him of gameplay, and he's in a loincloth.
Yes, so this is the scene that I'm talking about. He's in a loincloth because he's like meditating with the force, whatever, and he stands up and he's like, there's obviously he's like carrying a bratwurst under his loincloth, which is flapping around. So you've seen this already. You don't even know what it's from.
I had no.
Did you know it was a Star Wars thing?
I think I thought it was fake. I thought someone had taken like the frame of it and then just made him nude. Because I keep seeing obviously now gameplay or like ads for it of him like in Star Wars stuff, and I'm like, I've been seeing for months him wandering around in a loincloth, and I'm like, I would have played that.
This
game.
is just the that scene, and obviously people are focusing on it all the time because it is very thirsty.
What are you trying to find, dude?
I'm trying to find that clip, but you've seen it.
I want to say it again.
I thought so.
Star Wars
let's
Jedi
just
Survivor
find it.
loincloth. Hello.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean,
But that's what the actor looks like.
what, penis included?
Oh, I don't know about his penis. Oh my god, I've just seen the penis. I wasn't even looking at the penis. I was just like, oh cool, he's in a loincloth.
Such lies. You're always looking at the penis.
That's just him in a thing.
Let's find the scene. Videos. I thought it was something other than just Jedi Survivor.
Well, we saw the loincloth and we saw the dong. Jedi Survivor.
Fallen Order. That's the name of it. Maybe it wasn't. Anyway, you've seen it.
It shouldn't be this hard to find a video of a video game character in a loincloth when we've all seen it.
Unless they've basically sort of taken off all of the online... They're like, this is our intellectual property. You can't post this online.
It's like, that's just his face.
That's his face.
He has this lightsaber that he can split in half. So he has two.
The whole point, isn't it?
That's the ad.
Right.
Where Mark Hamill's like, how come we got two? He's like, it's one, but I split it in half. It's like, I never got two. Good old Mark Hamill. I love Mark Hamill. But yes, fantastic choice. I'm very pleased with this choice, and I messaged several Star Wars friends being like, is this real? And is this be involved?
It's definitely like a Star Wars... the thing is, it kind of makes me want to play the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just so I can sort of see.
Never wanted to play one before.
Star Wars game before. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is a Pokemon character.
Fantastic.
Are you ready for this?
Go.
We're going to end on this one.
Did we talk about this Pokemon character in our Pokemon episode?
We haven't. Nice reference to our Pokemon episode, which was number...
I don't know, but go back and listen to the Pokemon episode where we say disgusting things.
It's disgusting.
About magical animals with superpowers.
It was so fun, though.
Filthy.
So, when you play Pokemon Go...
Yeah.
You select one of three teams when you get a high enough level. You select either like...
Top, bottom, verse.
Top, bottom, and verse. Or in other words, they're called Mystic, Valor, and something else I forgot.
Verse.
Mystic, Valor, or Verse. And they each come with like a different trainer who kind of guides you and sort of helps you catch Pokemon and gives you tips, whatever else. So there's one with like this blonde... white woman who's
okay,
and there's Valor which I'm in, and it's this sort of it's a black woman with like short cropped hair, and so if you select Spark, you get this like blonde, youngish looking guy who's just like, hey, I just love Pokemon so much, they're really cool, and I just want to have fun, and people have gone wild about his
show me him art.
So if you look up so he looks like kind of like this.
Oh.
This blonde Twinkie boy, another Twinkie boy, but people will go crazy with his...
Where's like actual... This is fan art. Mm-hmm. What does he look like in the actual game?
That is him in the actual game right there. So he's got this sort of like...
Oh.
Weird V-neck top, which is a hoodie, but also a shirt.
Uh-huh.
Underneath a jacket, like a black leatherish kind of jacket. So here's the Instinct. There we go. Whew, got there. Spark, his name is Spark, and he's got Team Instinct, or Blanche, Team Mystic, and
Valor.
Team Valor, who is Candela. Anyway, but he's cute. Look at him. He's just like a really fun-looking guy. He loves his Pokemon. There's him on the beach.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
I remember there being like a hot daddy in Pokemon Go. Like he was in the gym or something.
So in
Is that Pokemon Go?
You're talking about... Okay, there's two things you might be talking about. In Pokemon Go, there's Professor Willow. In every Pokemon Go, you get a professor who's like your guide throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
Is it the one you're talking about?
I don't know.
Okay, so let me... I'll show you both of them.
Show me him.
Professor Willow, who is a handsome daddy, but also not like... This is what he looks like in game.
That's not the one I wanted.
Okay. In the most recent one, Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, you've got another trainer, and I'm not going to know his name off the top of my head, so I'm going to have to look it up. That's the one.
Yeah.
What's his name? I don't know.
Professor McDaddy.
Professor McDaddy with the beardish kind of thing.
Yeah.
Here's an article from Piss Daily.
That's an article from something called Piss Daily.
It says Pokemon Scarlet and Violet feature the first openly gay professors, but I'm not sure if that's true. Oh. Yeah, here's him in game. Turo. Yeah. Professor Turo. There we go. Now we've credited. So go look up Professor Turo. Turo.
That's way better.
Yeah, he's got like the sort of... to be fair, that is a very gay haircut, isn't it? Like the sort of the cropped sides.
I've definitely had that haircut before. I didn't look like that, but... Yeah, but I looked kind of like that, yeah.
He's wearing like this purplish skin tight suit underneath a lab jacket.
It's like body armor, like Voltron Tron body armor under a lab coat.
Yeah. Which, to be honest, is a little bit weird, but also...
No, he's hot as fuck. That's way better. That's the team I want to be on. I want to be on his team. Violet.
You have to get Violet then.
Got it.
I guess she's
On it.
Scarlet.
Not interested in you. Love you,
Sexy
babe.
professor.
Love you, babes. Okay, well, I feel bad, like, kind of derailing your final reveal and not being that excited about it.
No, I think you should. I think it's fine. Let's look at some fan art.
I mean, it's just a guy with a gay haircut and a ripped body.
And facial hair, yeah. And a similar green.
I approve of all of this.
How did he take off the purple and still have his lab coat on? It's unrealistic.
Okay, well, yeah.
Well, there you go. There you have it. If you, dear listener, have listened to this and you are still listening, haven't fallen asleep yet, let us know what other sexy male video game characters you know of that we haven't mentioned. I'm sure there's plenty that I haven't mentioned.
Gotta be loads.
I want you to send me some pictures.
And the weirder, the better.
Yes.
Like, a lot of these, I think, were quite traditionally just, like, hot guys with their tops off.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine.
Which is great. I would like more of the shark head guy kind of thing.
Shark head guy with a ripped body. And
Yeah,
big
like
muscly
someone's
arms
like,
and stuff.
he's super hot because he's, like, really upbeat and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about more of your adjacent
Send us ideas.
crushes.
You can send us who tickles your fancy. Send us pictures are welcome as well. You can email us at incompletegeekspodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. You can contact us on Instagram or TikTok. Our tags there are Incomplete Geeks. Give us a follow while you're there and share this episode with your friends if you liked it. If you didn't like it, then fuck you.
Then don't share it with your friend. Actually, share it anyway.
Share it anyway.
Share it anyway. If you'd like, you can also give us a rating here on Spotify or Apple Podcast. It really helps us out and helps get more visibility to the channel. We'd like to keep doing this because we think it's really funny to talk about gay geek stuff.
Absolutely.
We apologize if we did get anything wrong. I kind of apologize. I've not played any of these games.
You have no right to apologize. It's my turn to apologize.
But that's the whole point. It's like, I don't know anything about games because, like, I am a geek, but I'm not a complete geek.
But we are working on it.
We are working on it.
Thanks for listening.
Bye bye.
Okay, well, we are going to be loud. I mean, have you met me?
Yes.
I'm a loud person.